So basically, once upon a time, back in the old days, like, there was this guy, and he, like, came in a trash can, and, you know, it was just the usual, and this person threw a piece of, you know, the government cheese in it, and it just kind of fermented, if you will, and developed and cultivated, and now here I am today, am I right? Like, it's been a struggle.
I was a very close childhood friend of Ving Rhames, and the thing that they don't tell you about Ving Rhames is that he actually does have a twin brother whose name is Sterling Rhames, right? And Sterling Rhames went by Ling. Of course, Ving's name was actually Irving. Anyway, once we went to the courthouse to change Ving's name because he was so fed up with it. He wanted to change his name to Lee, right? And he had all the papers filled out, but then he decided against it at the last minute, so Ling actually had to pay a fee because, you know, if you get the papers and you don't end up filling it out, then of course there are going to be consequences. Anyway, right before Ling could pay the fee, their dad walked in, and he said, "Don't stop. Be Lee, Ving. Hold on to that fee, Ling."
Do you ever just take a peek at the world, take a peek into nature, spot an animal in that beautiful tree? The animal, it's a squirrel, and you're like, wow, that's a squirrel. What beautiful life it must have, and 14 kilometers later, you wake up and nothing seems right, so you're the squirrel, and you finally live its life. You go to your mom's house and Barney answers the door. And he just stares deep into your eyes, unraveling the future, figuring out your fate. And he tells you, you should have never smoked that PCP.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave, and I'm here to tell you about phylogenetic trees. Now, I know this can be a sensitive topic, but that's not my business. The fact of the matter is, and look, I'm not trying to dance around this, but look, the fact of the matter is, soup and soap are not the same thing. Now, people will tell you that they are, but Jay-Z came from the sky and said, "Dr. Dave, shalom." Soup and soap are not the same thing. Mazel tov. And I never saw him again.
There's really something funny in the way that my sister handles situations. There's this one time, you know, I was in her truck, name's Ethel. So we were in Ethel and we were in Target. She pulled into the driveway and rear-ended a car. And a cop pulls up, because there's a cop over there, and he says, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I see your license?" And she starts breaking down, bawling, like, I mean really sobbing here. So the cop is just like, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry, I'll make this easier on you. Come on, let's just forget this happened," right? Really weird for a cop to do that. So my sister, in tears, "Thank you so much, oh my gosh," pulls away and drives home. And once we're out of the Target parking lot, she's like, "I didn't have my license."
My dad was a special guy. You know, we loved him very dearly. And before he passed away, he left us each with one final gift. My mom got the life savings, sister got the car, and I got a key. Now, my dad created something very special called a hentai. You've probably heard of it. Now this key, I couldn't figure out what it was for until recently. Turns out my dad had a special collection, just to himself, of all his favorite hentais, kept in a locked trunk in the attic. And he saved it, just for me. I miss him so much. He was such a special guy. You know, I'm glad I got to share this final memory of hentai with my dad.
My name is Rhonda. I've been a clown for about 60 years now. I don't tie any balloons, I don't juggle, I don't dance. I just get a bucket of salmon and shove it into every fucking hole in my body. My nose hole, my ear hole, just fill every hole with salmon. And people think it's weird, people think I smell weird. But you know why I do this at the end of the day? Not only to make people laugh, but to get healthy omega-3s.
One time I was a kid, I know it's hard to believe, right? You know that time when you're 6 years old and you're going into your mother's room and you find a tarantula and you kill it, and then you realize that that's your mom's tarantula, and then it's her pet tarantula, and like you start to freak out, so you try to cover up the evidence by dressing up as a tarantula, and then you end up trying to go fit in the cage of the tarantula, which is about this big, and then she finds you there, half naked, wearing black underwear, with a dead tarantula in your mouth, and then you realize to yourself, man, what time is it?